Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're taking a look at the 1986 Ford F-150 XLT Lariat. So yeah, this is one of the oldest F-Series vehicles we've ever had on a Forza game. I think the oldest one before this was the one from the 50s, so yeah, it's nice to have a F-150 from a different decade. And yeah, this is part of the 7th generation, with model years from 1980 to 1986 in North America, but it lasted until 1990 in Argentina with one of the small versions of this car. So yeah, this is the top of the line trim level, with this even having the optional tachometer. It's also got 4-wheel drive, a 4-speed manual with the option for a 4-speed low and a 2-speed high gearing, and yeah, and it's the most powerful readily available engine that is going in this car as well. But unfortunately we can't see the actual engine because for whatever reason Forza is getting a little bit on the lazy side with their introduction of new vehicles via the festival playlist, even via the gifting box. I can kind of understand that with the gifting box because, you know, they're going for free, you don't have to earn them or anything like that, which is the case with the Fermenter. But I'm not sure why we can't just see the engine on this car. You know, we're having to earn it after the end of the day, so it would be nice to at least be able to see it. But yeah, the engine is a 4.9 litre small block V8 producing 185 horsepower and 270 pounds-feet of torque. So decent amount, but it is at the end of the day a 3,805 pound car. So don't expect any kind of brutal acceleration or anything like that. But yeah, as you can see, it's got the optional tachometer there. Look a little bit bland or a little bit incomplete without that in the centre of the dashboard there. And yeah, this is in the era of American cars where the speedometer was limited to 85. But yeah, it definitely can do more than that. So yeah, quite basic in terms of its interior for the kind of era that it is. But then this is quite a basic workman-like vehicle, which we'll definitely be seeing when we get this out into the open road. And yeah, typical pickup bed at the rear as well. So yeah, nothing overly special in terms of that. But yeah, I do like the look of this car. This is easily one of the last of the classic looking F-150s. After this, you know, they get smaller or at least more aerodynamic, and yeah, a lot different in terms of how they look, whereas these, yeah, definitely the last of the classic looking cars, especially in terms of their headlights and their grills. But yeah, nonetheless, let's get out onto the open road and see what this car can do. So yeah, we're going to just take this for a quick spin around the block because it's not a quick car by any means. Certainly not even got a really high revving engine. As you can see, it's about 4.5. It will change up at around 5. But yeah, it's a very quiet engine in a lot of ways. But it's also a very low revving engine for a reason. It's to make the maximum amount of the torque that it has available. As yeah, this is a car that is meant for, you know, people that are using it for work or for labour-intensive activities or anything like that. So you know, it's going to have to carry a lot of weight in the bed there, and also for towing as well. So yeah, that's why this is no speed machine. But then again, I didn't expect it to be like that, and nor should you, considering yeah the general lack of power and the general lack of revs, as you can see there. So yeah, let's get it to the track, see just what it's like to drive around there at any kind of speed. Because yeah, this is not going to be using its handling to the maximum, given it's not got a great deal of horsepower to deal with all of that weight that it's got going on. So it's quite a sedate car to drive in terms of going hard, but should be interesting to see what you can do regardless, and we can also look at the stats as well. So let's take a look. So yeah, we're in middle, low end D class, and yeah, as you can see, not brilliant stats at all. It's got great off-road capability and decent top speed, but yeah, the acceleration isn't great, the launch is particularly quite weak, and yeah, the braking and the handling are decent for a car of this kind of speed, but yeah, if this was to be going in all kind of like normal speeds for today, compared to nearly 40 years ago, it would definitely be a difficult car to handle. But still, it's a decent enough car in terms of what it can do in terms of off-road capability. But yeah, let's see what it can do out on this track. But yeah, I'll let you listen to the engine first for a little bit, and then we'll talk about it some more. So yeah, not the loudest of engines by any means. It's weirdly quiet for on the outside, but maybe to combat emissions or anything like that, it had you know, quite a heavy dose of exhaust manifold and the like going on, just to make sure it's as quiet and as emission compliant as possible. But I'm not sure, it could be for any reasons why it's as quiet as it is. Maybe it's just because of how low revving it is, but still, decent 0 to 60 time of 11.462 seconds, but it can't do 100 miles an hour as its top speed is 98. Not that you couldn't get it up to 100 miles an hour, especially if you're going down a hill or anything like that, but it certainly doesn't seem like a car that wants to be going that kind of speed. Handling wise, yeah, it's a bit numb in a lot of ways. It doesn't feel like there's much in the way of steering that you're having much input in, and yeah, off the line it is woefully slow, as you saw there. So yeah, not a speed machine by any means, and yeah, definitely one that is not going to thrill anyone in its stock form, but it should be interesting to see what kind of upgrades we can give it and the like, especially when it comes to any extreme off-road silly build series that I might well take this into, and anything else in terms of, you know, online racing. So yeah, I'm sure this is going to be a car that you will see upgraded quite a lot, but less likely to see it in its sort of standard version, given it's not particularly quick. But I do like the fact that it's in the game. I'm always a fan of new cars being added to the series. It's just a shame that it's not, you know, can't see the engine, and yeah, it's not the you know, it's at the end of the day something we've kind of seen before in terms of, you know, an older pickup truck. But still, obviously there are other variants out there that you could have bought at the time, and they might well have been a little bit more interesting to have. But still, this is a really, really good car in terms of what it can do, and that is good off-road capability, looks decent, and it's got a really rather simple charm to it. So yeah, no qualms whatsoever with it being in the game. Just wish we could see the engine. That's my main you know, big pet peeve with this, quite frankly, given, you know, it's a new car to the game, and you know, you want to see it in every kind of facet, quite frankly, and it's a shame that we can't. But yeah, you can get this by getting 20 points in the festival playlist, so it's easy enough to get. It takes about half an hour or so just to get those points, and yeah, this new addition to the series will be all yours. Nonetheless, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.